Da-da-da-da-da.
Hello.
I went for my comfort hello. This is the fifth time that I've had to say hello because our
Yeah.
system keeps failing us.
I think this is a sign
For what?
that I don't know, today is not a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a crazy taxi drive.
Oh yeah.
I had a crazy slow work day, I guess. And we thought, what are we going to talk about straight off? Should we talk about the weather, which is
Dark and
dark
gloomy
gray,
and rainy
November?
and cold and there's no leaves on the trees anymore.
Yeah. So what do you do to survive November in the Nordic country?
I stay at home, I drink tea,
What's your favorite tea?
peppermint.
I love peppermint. Is it
Yeah.
fresh or from the bag?
From the bag, sadly. I ran out of the fresh one.
I can get you some fresh ones if you
Oh.
want. You have to
Yes.
remind me though.
I will remind you. But yeah, recently we have been watching like a horror show
Oh.
in the evenings, which gives me and like I think both of us crazy dreams for some reason.
What's it called?
It's basically about this town where people get stuck in and there's monsters that come out at night.
I thought it was a movie.
No. It's a TV show from I think it was Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But yeah, it's a cool show.
Yeah, I feel that I'm on low battery mode. Like November came and I just became so tired, even though I'm taking my D vitamin. I get home, it's dark. I wake up, it's semi-dark. You know, the usual rant of any Estonian or any Nordic country that it's dark outside. But I still have my things that I do. I still have my dance class. Yay.
Oh, damn.
And then but I've been a lot more homey. And I'm also thinking of adopting a cat. Like not for me, but like being a host to it. And I'm one step closer, but I'll give updates when I actually have a cat in my apartment.
That's cool. Then I will have to visit.
Then you have to visit, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. And then I have one idea to talk about with you before we go into our Reddit stories, because we had no idea what we should talk about, what our episodes are. We titled our podcast Feels Like a Voice Note. But you, my friend, do not send any voice notes.
I don't.
You barely text me at this point.
Honestly, I realized that like a few days ago. And I was like, here's the thing. Before I go into the voice notes, because I'm a yapper, I have to have a story for everything. I realized a few days ago that I don't text. I am so bad at texting everyone. So bad. It's like morning comes, I go to work, I talk to work peeps, and then the day ends and I'm done with socializing. And it feels like I like literally, and then I go to bed and then I realize, oh, should have like messaged this friend and asked how they are. And like, I'm just like, but I'll try to be better.
That's why I'm calling you out.
Yes, as you should.
As I should.
But voice notes, yeah, I don't even know why. Actually, I have been sending them a bit more to my Australian friend.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, but I also did not used to do that before. But maybe I should get on that.
Yeah, because why did we call this?
I don't.
Feels like a voice
I don't know.
I am an avid voice noter. Even after work, when I'm headed somewhere, I'm just like, I cannot be bothered to text you. I'm just gonna voice you. It's gonna be a ramble. But yeah, I love a voice message, and some people are probably put off by that, but you just have to deal with it. I think I've even voiced you, and I feel like you responded in text, and I was very uncomfortable about that. But I was like, okay, that's not her vibe.
I'll try to incorporate that. Maybe that will make me a more frequent texter as well if I don't need to type. Because I do have the thing of like, I hate typing on my phone. So
relatable, yeah.
When someone messages me, I'm like, I'll text back when I'm on my computer, or like I go and like I get my laptop to like actually respond, like I go out of the way to go on my computer to respond. I do this with my family as well, because like I hate texting, especially if you're an Estonian. You need to use the like the letters. you need to go out of your way to put those into the words.
Yeah.
I cannot be bothered.
So yeah, I understand you on that. I just am a chaotic texter that I send cryptid messages, and you just have to figure out what I texted. 'Cause sometimes even I can't decipher what I said. Yeah. And I do these like with my closest friends that I really send messy texts, and they're like, it took me 2 brain cells to decipher that you said I'm going outside. And I truly don't care.
But my dad found out that he can send voice messages, and he sends a lot of voice messages. So maybe I should take inspiration from people.
You should. I do wonder what your dad voices you about. I am out getting milk or...
No, he like updates like when we have a family group chat, me, my mom, my brother, my dad. And sometimes like you ask him something and then he's driving, for example. He sends a voice note instead of like texting. So he sends a voice note. Yeah. Or like someone asks him something, or sometimes he gives updates on his work. It's like, oh, I did this at work right now, and now he sends videos of his work. He's a construction worker.
He's a vlogger now.
Yeah, and like when he goes out fishing with his friends, they send content. It's literally like TikTok videos at this point. Sometimes they put like voiceovers or like music behind it. So I need to get on my dad's level.
Yeah, maybe he should do our social media at this point, because it's been quiet. Crickets. Maybe we should get some fish content popping.
Social media manager.
That's true. That's nice. My mother has sent me maybe 2 accidental voice notes, and it's of her fumbling to close the app. So that's that. But okay. Well, I just wanted to attack you on that one, and we can jump into our stories. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Before you start, do you like Reddit?
I used to use it quite a lot in a way that I had to delete the app off my phone because I just like could scroll on it forever. But then at one point I realized that it has such pointless things on it that I don't understand why I'm scrolling it.
Like TikTok?
Yeah, I got rid of that as well for I think like 6 months ago. But yeah, now I have not gone on it as much. I usually just use it when I'm like researching something because
it's like a forum.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, skincare products, or to see like what people are saying. Going there to see cat topics, like if like there's a question about a cat, or like I also use it for if I do art, like for example digital art, how the software works, so I'm not like able to figure it out. Like our digital error right now that we couldn't get our mics working, I got the answer from Reddit. So I use it more like I Google and I put Reddit in front of it and like see what people say, right? But not scrolling on it anymore because
I've never been into that, and I still, even doing research for today's episode, I was just like, I don't see myself being like a Redditor, commenting, reading. But I know lots of people do, and they're like, oh, I've stuck reading for an hour, like some crazy stories, and I'm like, where are these stories? Link them to me or something, because I can't find anything on this damn app. But we managed to dig and find something. The pressure is high because Caroline's boyfriend claims that he will listen to this.
I doubt
And that's why I'm going to say grapefruit as a keyword. If he has listened to this, text me grapefruit.
Yeah.
I will be confused, but I will remember when I re-listen to the episode when it goes out. Anyway, let us know what you found.
Yeah. I found a couple of stories. I was kind of like, I was trying to look at the Am I the Asshole and like Am I Overreacting not channels, subreddits. And I found a couple, and some of them are like, they're mostly funny. Some are a bit deeper that we can actually like maybe give advice or like something. So let me just see. I'm gonna start with a juicy one because this one I actually chuckled at, and I love stories like this. So basically it's called Am I the Asshole for Speaking Italian to My Girlfriend's Rude Italian-American Family and Embarrassing Them? Recently I started dating a girl. She's great and I love her so much. I met her family a few nights ago for dinner. She warned me that the male side of her family is very big into being macho, into testing the boys the women date, and are very big on taking pride in their Italian ancestry. I think besides the grandfather, however, they were almost all born in Bergen County, New Jersey, but whatever, it's nice to take pride in one's heritage. It was overall not a bad experience, but not so pleasant one. Anyway, her older brother kept pushing things, giving me exceptional amounts of shit for playing lacrosse in high school. He ended his rant by saying, "Hey, we're just a big Italian family. We're loud and tell it how we see it. Ha ha ha." And all the family except my girlfriend laughed. So I, for the next minute, responded to everything they said in Italian. My girlfriend buried her head in shame, the grandfather laughed, and everyone else kept looking at each other confused before telling me they didn't speak Italian. I replied, "Then don't use your Italian heritage as an excuse to behave poorly when you can't even speak the language." They got mad, but the grandfather told them all I was right and to be quiet. My girlfriend isn't mad, just ashamed. I think the grandfather likes me, but word from my girlfriend's sister is that all the men are furious. I think they think I'm a smartass and that I disrespected them and their masculinity in an unforgivable way. So, am I the asshole?
No. No, it screams American. No, that it reminds me of stories that I've heard, or even like movies have been made. And I'm sorry, if they're not American, then silly me, I guess. But like, they have their mixture of, I'm 10% Italian and then 10% French and etc. etc. And then they know nothing about the culture. They come to Poland, for example. I think there was like some guy coming to Poland and being like, "Why is everyone so rude? I have my ancestors from here. They should be more humble." And you're like, "But you're not living here. You don't know anything, how we function, how we do."
Yeah. But I found it really funny because like I've been in situations like that as well where like people think you don't speak a language. Those situations are always so funny because like maybe I am just being like a petty bitch, but I love when people are put into their place like that, where you're like being a mean person, and then you're like you get kind of your medicine.
Yeah, karma. Yeah. You have to watch your back where you say what you say.
Yep. But yeah,
I think sometimes us Estonians, when we travel, we're like, "Oh, thank God, there's no Estonians around. Like can't hear Estonian anywhere." But you never know. You never know when they're behind you or whatever.
Yeah, never.
Okay. I also have an Am I the Asshole story. It's I'll just read. It is what it is. I think we have some thoughts about it. But yeah. So, am I the asshole for throwing out my girlfriend's jars?
Oh no.
So, I, a 42-year-old male, this is, mind you, from 6 years ago, moved in with my lovely girlfriend, 28, female. A few months ago, before this craziness started, and we'd been dating for a year before that. She's an excellent cook and really funny, so life with her has been great, but since this incident, she's been snappy at me and lost some of her perkiness and good humor. She always liked to mix fancy drinks, and this is in quotation marks, in big mason jars to drink around the house. Now, mind you, I've actually been a bartender before, and her drinks are not fancy. They're not even drinks. She usually just squeezes a lemon and puts some ice on her water, or she makes green tea and cools it in the fridge with mint. And the jars usually come from some grocery or the other. She saves jars from bulk peanut butter, bean jars, whatever. So random jars, right? As you do, as you recycle. Before moving in, I'd asked about the jars because I thought it really strange. I mean, she owns normal classes. Her justification was that the jars are bigger and therefore she doesn't forget to drink water throughout the day. At the time, I kind of assumed that this was some weight loss thing she didn't want to actually tell me because she was embarrassed, as she's a little bit chubby. So I let it go. I'm triggered already. But now I moved in, the jars were annoying me more and more. She doesn't keep every one of them, but she has like 10 in their own shelf. And it seems like such a stupid waste of space in our small kitchen. Besides, we have glasses. She doesn't have to drink from a jar. So this earlier this week, okay, this guy can't type clearly. I was tidying up the kitchen while she slept in, and I just threw them out. I think the kitchen looks much better. We have more storage for pots, and she can still prepare her fancy drinks in normal classes. She was pissed. I've never seen her so mad. Her main point were that the jars never bothered anyone and it's none of my business, but now I lived here too, so I think it is. During the fight, and this is where I may be the asshole, I mentioned that it's stupid to want special recipients to just drink flavored water. It's not like it's a cocktail and she's only doing it to lose weight anyway. She went really quiet at that and walked away from me. I gave her time to get over it, but it's been a few days and she's still moping around, and I noticed she doesn't seem excited about her fancy drinks. That's making me feel kind of bad, but I still think I was in the right to throw out her jars as they were just garbage. Reddit, should I just bite the bullet and apologize? Am I the asshole?
Yes. Short answer.
Immediately.
The short answer, yes.
There are paragraphs of people telling him you are the asshole.
Like, yeah, first of all, the age gap.
Alarming. Alarming.
That should be already red flag number 1. Secondly, throwing out someone's stuff, be it garbage to you or not, you always ask. You always ask before you throw away someone's stuff, because I also hoard like jars and stuff sometimes because I like to propagate plants. You always ask before you throw stuff away. And like the weight loss thing, that's like number 3.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's like his, I don't know what the word is, but that's like something that's been in his mind, so he just like adds it for like extra flavor on that. Plus, he was the one moving in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like what? You don't make the call. Like, it's her cupboards. Okay, you moved in, but like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Of course, he's a big asshole.
Yeah. I mean, people agree in the comments or whatever, and I don't see anyone like proving otherwise. So yeah, that was my first story that I read, and I was like, okay, right. I could never.
Yeah, no.
So what else do you have?
Am I the asshole for calling out my boyfriend after finding out his homemade romantic dinner was takeout from down the street? My boyfriend told me he wanted to cook for me and made a big deal about planning a romantic dinner. When I showed up, there was music and roasted duck that honestly looked too perfect. I noticed the same foil containers in the trash from the restaurant near our place. When I asked if he'd ordered it, he said he just used their packaging. I got suspicious, checked the bin, and found the actual receipt from that restaurant. We had a big fight because it was obviously a lie, and he got embarrassed and said I was ruining the vibe. I would have been fine if he just told the truth. I mean, I am not too good at making food either, but why did he lie to me? Am I the asshole?
I feel like situations like that have happened before.
Yeah.
Not in my experience. But you see it in movies, TV shows, etc.
Yeah.
But then again, I do appreciate honesty.
Same.
Be real about it.
That was my thing as well. It's like, if you want to cook for someone, and I, like, for example, like, my boyfriend cooks for me, says he's gonna cook for me, I show up and I can, like, obviously tell that it's takeout. If I ask, I would want you to tell me, like, yeah, like, I'm embarrassed, but yeah, I didn't have time to cook or whatever, right? Like, I value, for me, it's like honesty, even if you know the other person will be disappointed or hurt a bit, I would still take honesty over that any day. Like, any day. I would rather get hurt once than, like, hear a lie and figure it out myself, like she did in the rubbish bins. But the other thing is that, like, I also think if she already knew, she shouldn't have even asked. In a way that, like, if you already knew that it was from the restaurant, like, let him have his moment, like, because you saw the packaging, like, you knew.
I guess it also depends maybe on what stage the relationship is. Like, if it's a first date, I would find it funny.
Yeah.
Maybe bring it up as a joke.
Yeah.
But if it's like in the middle of a long-lasting relationship, and she, whoever would keep pushing that, no, I cooked it, then I would be like, then it's what's like, what else your problem?
What else are you lying about? What else are you hiding, right? Because like, it's such a small thing. But I appreciated the comment that said, Hello, restaurant name. Could I purchase some of your packaging to put the meal I prepared completely by myself in, then take it out, serve it, and throw the packaging away?
Yeah.
I died at that.
Yeah.
Because I just used their packaging for what? Cooking?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one is a very, like, you can look at it in different ways.
Yeah.
But the moral is, be honest. If someone
Yeah.
asks you, there's no point in lying, because usually, like, 95% of the time, if someone asks you, they already know the answer. Most of the
True.
time. Especially if you're a woman.
True.
Like, you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the answer. You're just asking to confirm if they will be
Mhm.
honest to you or not.
Yeah, cue J. Cole's song, She Knows, in the back. Right, okay. Mm, I don't have an Am I the Asshole story, but I just found like something that was funny. And the title says, What is the laziest thing you've ever done?
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, let's see. So, I was once on a US military ship, having breakfast in the wardroom, which is an officer's lounge, when the operations officer walks in. OPS guy. This guy was the definition of not a morning person. He's still half asleep, blurry eyed, basically a zombie with a bagel. He sits down across from me to eat his bagel and is just barely conscious. My back is to the outboard side of the ship, and the morning sun is blazing in on one of the portholes, putting a big bright ass circle of light right on his barely conscious face. He's squinting and chewing and basically just remembering how to be alive for today. It's painful to watch. But then zombie OPS guy stops chewing, slowly picks up the phone and dials the bridge. In his well-known "I'm still totally asleep" voice, he says, "Hey, it's OPS. Could you shift our bar pat?" "Yeah, 165. Thanks." And puts the phone down, and then he just sits there, squinting, waiting. And then, ever so slowly, I realized that that big blazing spot of sun has begun to slide off the zombie's face and onto the wall behind him. After a moment, it clears his face, and he blinks slowly a few times, and the brilliant beauty of what I've just witnessed begins to overwhelm me. By ordering the bridge to adjust the ship's back and forth patrol by about 15 degrees, he's changed our course just enough to reposition the sun off of his face. He's literally just redirected thousands of tons of steel and hundreds of people so that he could get the sun out of his eyes while he eats his bagel. I am in awe. He slowly picks up his bagel, and for a moment I'm terrified at the thought that his own genius may escape him, that he may never appreciate the epic brilliance of his laziness, since he's not going to wake up for another hour. But between his next bites, he pauses, looks at me, and gives me the faintest sly grin before returning to gnaw slowly on his zombie bagel.
That's so good.
Right? That's king of laziness, as people say in the comments.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I think I see a lot of comments that have said the same thing. So apparently it's like a Navy thing to do.
Wow.
Just get the sun out of my face by moving the whole boat.
I mean, if it works.
I guess another comment that I found, which is not related to the Navy, is that so there's people just listing like what are the things that they do because they're so lazy. I used to have one of those clap on, clap off lights in my room. I hated clapping, so I just made an audio recording of me clapping and mapped it to one of the programmable keys on my keyboard. What the hell?
That's
What the hell? You hated clapping?
What does that even mean? It doesn't take any energy.
Nope. That's that.
The hell?
Do you have any lazy things that you do? I know it's a hard question to ask from the top of like your head.
The only lazy thing I could think of right now is like not doing dishes by hand but loading the dishwasher because I cannot be bothered with it. But that's so normal.
Fair. Isn't it like more eco? Or so they say. I don't know.
So they say, yeah, but I think it takes the same amount of water, to be honest.
I just see your water bottle and I'm like, when was the last time I washed my water bottle? I feel like I wash it when I get like a stomachache and I'm like, could it be a water bottle? Could there be like something living in there?
I try to wash it every day like they say, but then sometimes I forget, and then when it starts like tasting funky and you're like,
yeah, and then I get a stomachache.
Yeah. Another lazy thing I do, because you need to change your pillowcase every 2 days, right? I
Yeah.
found a workaround. You sleep on one side 2
Mm-hmm.
days, and then you turn it over, and you sleep. The other side is technically clean,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Yeah.
so I do that. It's a workaround. I'm just like, I'm still changing it every 2 days, and my skin
Yeah.
likes it. So
Did we not have like an episode of like, I don't know, that wasn't the title, but like quirky things that people do or something,
I
or
don't
like,
think so.
no, we had the, do you like Coke Zero,
Ah, yeah.
coconut? And I wanted to mention like the bed sheet cleaning because I think
Mm-hmm.
that's also where people differ a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no comment on that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have another story?
I was trying to say, I have like a couple. But I'm like trying to find like the one that like we would have. I think this one would spark some
Okay.
conversations
Hips.
because
Mm-hmm.
we're both women. Women, this will,
Woo!
yeah. Am I the asshole for teaching my son after less? What? This is not written in a correct way. Am I the asshole for teaching my son a lesson and throwing him out after he said household chores are a woman's job? I, 34-year-old male, got a 16-year-old son with my ex, 34-year-old female. We had our son way too early in life. We lived on the same street growing up and knew each other from school. We fooled around sometimes, and the rest is history. I am ashamed to say, but both our parents have been exceptionally controlling in both our lives up until the divorce. And both my ex and me were too much of a pushover to do anything about it. When they learned she was pregnant, they forced us to get married. They told me they want her as a stay at home mom and me to work. When we divorced, I had to learn all of this on my own. It was the first time I realized how much work goes into maintaining a house. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I had to look up YouTube tutorials on how to clean and cook. A few weeks ago, I was ironing me and my son's clothes and told him that I want to teach him how to do this, as I don't want him falling into the same mistake I did and never learning this on my own. He said he doesn't want to, and I just said he'll have to learn to do this at some point. He then said, only failed men do stuff like this, and I won't be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped and looked a bit bewildered, and asked him to clarify. He said that it is his belief that this is a woman's job to do, and that only simps do simple household chores. I tried to keep my composure as much as I could, but asked if he saw me as a simp, and he just shrugged. I told him that now he will have to choose his next words very carefully, but I said that he will learn household work whether he likes it or not. He again reiterated what he said, and I said, well, if you think this is a woman's job, it's time for you to live with a woman and to pack his bag and to go to his mom's house, as I will not have any of that Andrew Tate bullshit in my house. My son lives with me during the week, as his school is only 5 minutes away and his mom's nearly 2 hours. He refused to make his bag, so I made it for him. He started seeing the gravity of my seriousness, and he tried to backtrack on his words, but I wasn't having any of it. He must have called his mom in this time. I was packing, and she called me as well. She asked me what's going on, and I told her what happened. Surprisingly, she's on my side, and has just asked me to drop him off at hers, and she'll help teaching him a lesson. It's been about 2 weeks now that he lives with his mom, and she has been reinforcing the household chores on him. He's called me multiple times to apologize and asking me to come back. His mom and I agreed he's going to stick this up for a week or two after the holidays and make him commute to school and do lesser household chores, and then let him come back to me, reinforce the consequences of his belief. My friends that I spent Christmas with yesterday said I was rather hard and it was a dick move to uproot his life like this, and it was an asshole thing to do. So now I'm questioning myself. Was I the asshole here?
No.
No. And everyone is like agreeing that like he was like not the asshole at all. And someone even said that like my mother taught my brother how to cook, clean, and wash his clothes before going to university, and he hated it. But when he got to university, he was one of the very few who could do these things. And he helped teach others how to feed themselves and wash their clothes.
Exactly. We don't learn that in school that extensively, right? So where else do you learn it?
And I always feel so weird when like I hear a lot of these stories where like young men are like, it's a woman's job. It's such a childish thing to think.
Yeah, we can get deep on that.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
sure even if I want to open up about that because, like, I mean, what is a woman's job? What is a man's job, right?
If you live in the same house or apartment or whatever, I think there is a way to even out the responsibilities of the house, right?
Definitely.
It's like, for example, I tidy, he cleans.
Mm-hmm.
That is settled. One does this, the other does this.
Yeah.
There is no like issue like, oh no, this is what a woman does. Like, a woman does laundry. Like,
no. If a
no.
man or if anyone tells you that, run.
Oh yeah.
Run. Have some self-respect.
I could never.
No, there are so many tasks. Yeah, that's a bigger topic. We're talking about women's rights over here. I hope they don't listen, but I did have to mute one of my cousins because they were sharing like very not woke stuff. And I was like, I don't have to look at this. I don't have to know that side about you. It was something like teaching my son what are like gender roles and what are women's tasks because I don't want some blue-haired woke girl teaching him otherwise. And I was like, muted, blocked. Jesus. I'm sorry, babes, but no.
And the funniest thing is that like these people are pushing the woke agenda more than actually like people who actually are woke are. Like I might be controversial here and people are going to cancel me and block the podcast, but
we're still rolling.
Yeah. I also like I would call myself like a politics, but like I also have very liberal views in a way that like I believe everyone has the right to be a person and like be who they want to be, and like I support anyone except if you're a bad person, right? But like I do understand why people are tired with the woke culture because of how much it like bleeds into movies and books and like media. But that is like another level. That is like you are being the like very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like going off the rocker and off the top with this topic when it's not even touching you, right? Like it's like that is unnecessary. Like you're showing yourself as a stupid person in that moment.
Right. I mean, and it's like the term feminist is something to be scared of, right?
Yeah.
Or that's how it sometimes seems to be or feels to be. But yeah.
It's
I'm
like,
realizing that talking about these topics or like politics would be a very testing subject for us about like how to choose our words. So we might want to dabble into that. Maybe not. I don't know. Or just like views on things.
Maybe we should.
But that's gonna be like the most careful episode. We're just gonna
maybe we need to gather some questions to ask each other because I don't think we've ever talked about topics like this.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's look into that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I hope we can agree that cleaning isn't necessarily a woman's task.
No.
Not in this house.
No.
Teach your kids. Teach your son some manners. But yeah. Okay. Well, damn. I don't have an asshole story again. I have a weird question. What's your weirdest private habit that you hope no one ever finds out about?
Jesus.
Yeah. And there are just some quirky things that I will try to scroll and see. Randomly yelping when a memory that makes me... Jesus, what is that sentence? Randomly yelping when memories that make me anxious resurface.
Damn.
Like actually yelping out loud?
I sometimes shake my head to get the thought out.
Someone said that as well. Sometimes when I'm having a really hard day, I'll pretend my dishes or my laundry are sentient little creatures who are excited to see me. They also need my help because they're scared or lost or dirty. I give them their little baths and tell them that they're brave and then tuck them back into their homes. They're very thankful to me and excited to be back in their safe places, all clean with their friends. It helps motivate me to keep my apartment clean when I'm dealing with the apathy of chronic depression. This one is a little weird, but I'm not shaming anyone. Sometimes I take all the stuff off of my refrigerator and sit on top of it just to look at my home from a different view. It's quite nice, but I don't think people will get it if I was caught doing it. I'm thinking a ceiling high refrigerator, and you're just like scooped up there like a little horror monster.
What?
I don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, I think everyone can agree with that one. The absolute mind-boggling level to which I talk to myself or narrate things out loud, even having full-blown conversations about made-up scenarios and events that haven't transpired, all because my imagination runs rampant like a runaway train. I mean, I talk to the trees, and that helps.
When I need to do a chore that I really do not want to do, sometimes I talk to my cat, and it's like, like, it's like I have an audience and I'm like telling what I'm doing. And I'm like to her, like, oh, let's go fold the clothes. We need to go fold the clothes. And I'm like, oh, this goes here. So, like, I also am like a crazy cat lady, but that helps.
Yeah.
I have someone holding me accountable.
Yeah. I think talking to yourself is very healing.
Yeah.
Then there's like nose picker. I like a clean and unobstructed airway. There are two types of people in this world: people who admit to picking their noses and liars.
Yeah, true.
And that's also true.
True.
But yeah, yeah. Any habits you want to share?
I was trying to think in the meantime, but I really don't know. There probably, like, most likely there is something.
Oh, definitely.
But I cannot think of it off the top of my head.
Or you think it's so normal?
Yeah, because you do it all the time, right?
I mean, I think everyone does that. I do like to sing sometimes, like out loud. And then sometimes I realize how thin the walls are in my apartment. And I'm like, oh, okay. So did I just give everyone a taste of the karaoke night with me? Or
I mean, nobody cares. But I also, I am in the same boat as you, yeah.
But it's nice. It's me practicing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. But nothing else I could think of that's quirky like that.
Yeah, same. I really don't know.
Maybe that's the question we should post on Instagram. Like, hey, what's your weird habit
that you do that nobody else knows about? Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. But yeah, I was looking at my stories that I have, and it's like they're very long.
Okay. We can leave them for another time.
Yeah.
Because this was fun.
It was.
It was fun. We need story recommendations.
Yeah.
Definitely. Links to stories. Because some of them are truly very long. Do we have time for that? We need to think about that. Did you have a book quote?
Actually, yes.
Right.
I was trying to think because I've been back on my reading game again.
Which is on a reading game.
I've read, let me just look how many books I have read in the time that we last recorded.
And who remembers that? It was beginning of October. You were into your spooky books.
Yeah, and I finished 2 spooky books. I finished the one that I was talking about when I was reading it back then. I've read 5 books in the time.
That's good. 5 books in a month?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, fast. You did have a vacation, right?
Yeah.
I guess that helped.
And I have another one coming up soon, so I'm excited. But yeah, I finished the spooky book. Very good, by the way. I gave 4 stars out of 5. Only because it was very good, but it wasn't like, like blowing me away good. But it was really good, and I got my mom the Estonian copy so she could also read it because it was like, I loved it. I got another book actually recently from that same author, Riley Sager, however.
Okay.
So I'm excited to read that. And I'm also currently reading the Throne of Glass series, which I had like 3 books from the series, and once I got to the second book, I ordered the entire series for myself because I needed it. So I'm currently on the 4th book, I believe, reading that. And then I read The Shining by Stephen King, but I have to admit I didn't fully finish it. I know what happens because I've seen the movie, but it was really hard for me to get through the end because it was like, I kind of feel that it was dragging. Which I understand is the point of the book because it's like a slow descent into madness, but not my favorite, which I am so ashamed to admit, but not my favorite. And then I read another spooky book called Blood on Her Tongue, which I went into so excited because the cover looks so pretty. The story is like based in 1887 Netherlands, gothic horror, like a girl goes crazy, gets possessed. There was no climax of the story. There was no like character development. It was all the same, and it ended so weirdly. Like it just ended, and it was like you could predict the ending basically.
Oh no.
So it got 2 stars out of 5 for me
Ooh.
because it had so much potential and it did not live up to the potential. But I'm really enjoying the series that I'm currently reading, Throne of Glass series. But my quote is actually from the first spooky book that I actually really liked, which was The Only One Left by Riley. Again, I cannot say the last name. Sager?
Sager.
Yeah, basically.
Butchered in Estonian.
And it says, even a prison becomes comforting if it's the only thing you know.
I've heard that somewhere else as well.
I liked it because it kind of translates into being in your comfort zone, right? So if you're like, for example, you're at a job or like in a relationship or like whatever in life, like family situation, you name it. Everyone has their own like issues in life, right? And you feel stuck in it, but you're not moving forward as well. It's kind of like you're imprisoning yourself, but that is also the only thing you know, and that is comforting to you because it's your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's like childhood traumas and everything, and
yeah,
a little life basically.
Yeah,
Could be
that
quote.
Exactly.
Oof. Okay. I managed to read one book. I've been in a slump, I think. But I finished the book from Matt Haig, who I've shouted out before. You lent me the book, I think. This time I read How to Stop Time. I think it's going to be my last book from his that I'm going to read in a while, because they're all kind of the same. Or have some same things, same stories. Also, I checked the reviews, and a lot of people were saying that like, oh, I don't think I will read other of his books if it's kind of similar. I liked it, but it was all right. It was all right. He has nice quotes, though.
Yeah.
So which of the 3 did I like here? I think it's the middle one. It's a longer one, but people you love never die. That is what Omai had said all those years ago, and he was right. They don't die. Not completely. They live in your mind, the way they always lived inside you. You keep their light alive. If you remember them well enough, they can still guide you, like the shine of long extinguished stars could guide ships in unfamiliar waters. There, in the book, there were like 3 or 4 quotes that I marked down. Like I actually fumbled the page, corner, whatever of the book. I think this was one of them, just because, you know, me and deep quotes, we go far back. And yeah, take it as you can, take it as you want.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me the series that we're watching, because it has death in it and tragedy and stuff. There was like a similar thing of, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact quote, but it was something like, they come with us when we go. So basically, if someone dies, they're always with you. Like they come with you when you go, like along your life, for example. So yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I think you can hear quotes similar to that, like in films, in series, in other books. It's like they are always in your heart. You always carry them somewhere.
Yeah.
We just had Hingedabav, whatever that is in English, in Estonian.
All Souls Day, I think.
Yeah.
Something.
Where you light a candle, you think of the past ones. You have Dia de los Muertos, which is like, you know, you make up a whole, like the whole, what is it called? Like a thing.
I know what you mean. I don't
Not an offering thing, you know, ofrenda, I think it's maybe in Spanish. Yeah. With the pictures and everything, just to remember. And if anyone has seen the Disney film, what's it called now? Coco. Have you seen Coco? No. You should watch it. It's cute.
I saw a clip of it yesterday, and I was told that it will break me.
It will make you cry. Oh, yeah. I remember I went on a date, and that was the film. And I held back my tears because I was like, I can't seem like a weak ass. But it was cute. It still is cute, and it has like the meaning of like you shouldn't forget someone, because if you forget them, you lose them forever. So we should always remember the lost ones that are closest to us.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's November, it is like a quieter time. Remember the lost ones, but also take care of the ones that you have around you, and that's the main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're living in darkness like we are, take care of your mental health as well.
Yes. Take some vitamins, find some happy moments, pick up a hobby. I think now is a good time to like do something at least with your darkness time. And also just kind of, I feel like whenever someone is like, oh, I should go for a walk, but it's so dark outside, I don't wanna, I'm like,
that's me.
But do it. Like, I think it's still nice outside, unless you're in a very creepy neighborhood, but I don't think there is much of that. I hope. Just do it, because I think it will do wonders for you.
Yeah.
Seeing the nature.
The mental health walk.
Yeah. Yes, and with that, we're closing our chapter for today.
Yeah.
We hope you liked. Still waiting on suggestions. Still waiting on hate mail.
Yes.
Maybe my cousin will come after me now. I don't know.
I mean, our email is in the description of the podcast.
Yes, exactly. Hit me up.
Send everything there.
Yeah, yeah. And talk to you guys soon on the... Oh, we're gonna have a festive episode.
December, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Festive stories coming out.
We need to think of a Christmas theme for the... We didn't do a Halloween one, but we can do a Christmas one.
We say here like, oh, we should think, and then we never do. And then it's like week before, we're like, should we
next year?
Yeah,
Halloween.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If the podcast survives,
it needs to. It will have some hope.
But yeah, take care. Be safe. Wear a reflector.
Yes.
I thought I was gonna go somewhere else with that sentence, but yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye.